Hi, my name is Tony Alagbile. I'm the developer of natural intelligence systems. I'm a human systems hacker combining neurohacking, psychohacking, and biohacking. In the last 3 years of developing this profound, life-changing solution, I've been able to achieve unimaginable feats, becoming 5 times more creative, smarter, healthier, and fitter. I've trained and taught my techniques and strategies to CEOs, to elite sportsmen, to entrepreneurs, to those in the rank and file of organizations. In the last 3 years, I've achieved more than I've achieved in the last 10 years of my life. I've co-founded more companies in the last 3 years than the entire part of my career. I've made more money in the last 3 years than my entire career put together. I am fitter, healthier, more productive, more energetic, more vibrant. I feel like a 20-year-old, even though I'm in my 40s. Welcome to Natural Intelligence Systems and Human Systems Hacking. These two disciplines were born out of more than 18 years of work across disciplines, across fields. And it's an integration of the body of knowledge from these different disciplines to give us what we call natural intelligence systems and human systems hacking. From psychology to neuroscience to biotechnology to genetics to cell biology to physiology to anatomy, name it. So what we've done is study the best of these disciplines that has to do with the body, the mind, the brain, and then use this knowledge to optimize the performance of our systems, of our body, of our brain, and of our mind. Born out of these natural intelligence systems, human systems hacking is biohacking, psychohacking, and neurohacking. And these are the foundational pillars of natural intelligence systems. So essentially, we understand our body, how it works in its natural state. We understand the mind, how it works in its natural state. We understand the brain, how it works in its natural state. And we use the depth of knowledge, the insight, to be able to hack, in quotes, these different systems. Just like a good knowledge of computer systems enables you to hack into those systems, the same thing applies to a good understanding of how the body works, how the mind works, how the brain works. So essentially, understanding how the brain works, how the mind works, how the body works, enables you to hack into them. And when you hack into the body, the mind, and the brain, you are able to achieve unimaginable heights of performance. You are able to achieve unimaginable heights of energy levels. Now, natural intelligence systems is based on certain fundamental pillars. The first pillar is what we call interconnectivity. Everything is connected to everything, and that's essentially what we see in the body. For example, if you have a problem of digestion, it can affect your mental performance. If you have a problem of circulation, it can affect your mental focus. So that's essentially a key part of the system, interconnectivity. Another very key part of the system is what we call circularity. Everything is happening in cycles, over and over again, repeatedly. For example, your blood flows through your body, through your veins, through your arteries. Is a repeated process. And what happens during those processes are the things that keep us alive. So that's the circularity. And circularity can be seen in almost every aspect of our life, almost every functioning in the body, in the cell. Look at your excretion, for example. Look at urination. After every few hours, we go to urinate, we pass out the waste from our body. It's about the circularity we are talking about. So that's a key essence of the natural intelligence system. Another essence, trust of natural intelligence system is what we call balance. That all natural systems strive to achieve balance. And it is that balance that keeps us alive. Once there is an imbalance, we have disease, we have dysfunction, and we are not able to perform at our peak. And another aspect of balance is the fact that when you look at our body system, when there is any imbalance, the body tries to correct itself. The body tries to restore balance. Imagine a situation where, oh, you are dehydrated. What happens? Your body, adjusts the movement of water and salt in your body, and then you excrete, you urinate less. When you have so much water in your body, what happens? Your body pushes out, the excess water. That's about the balance we are talking about. Then another key element of the natural intelligence systems is what we call self-regeneration. In the body, in the mind, in the brain, there is constant death and rebirth. Cells are dying, tissues are dying, and as they are dying, they are being reborn. Even all our organs, the cells in them continues to regenerate. They die, and then new ones are born again. Then the last part is what we call self-correction, that the system by default corrects itself. When there is an issue in the body, for example, your immune system, when the immune system is being attacked, it's being invaded by foreign matter, what happens? The system, raises its immunity to be able to attack the invader. And there is disease when the system's ability to raise immunity level is diminished. But naturally, that's where natural intelligence comes in. The system is able to self-correct itself. And if we're able to take advantage of that natural system, we would be able to hack into the processes that happen, that occur in the body, to be able to achieve high immunity, to be able to achieve high mental functioning, to be able to achieve every goal that are essential for our performance level, to give us what we expect and what we target. Well, a lot of people believe that artificial intelligence is the future, and I mean there is a whole buzz out there. Today we have ChatGPT and several other AI tools that take the boundaries of human performance to the next level, that takes the boundaries of computing to the next level. But one thing we fail to realize is that it is people who are able to optimize and hack their systems that are able to come up with such innovation. But we have not even started to scratch the surface when it comes to optimizing human performance, human intelligence. So that's why we say that natural intelligence is the future, not even artificial intelligence, because the artificial intelligence we see today, or that is evident today, is as a result of people who have been able to manage their intelligence to achieve a level that with a profound output that we see as artificial intelligence. So natural intelligence is the future, because if we are able to move our intelligence to a level, even if it's just 50% more than what we are doing, artificial intelligence will reach tremendous heights and will be able to achieve creative, unimaginable feats in the field of technology. There are several pillars of natural intelligence systems, and I'm going to take them one after the other. The first is the fact that the body is an intelligent machine. So just like your computer is a machine, your body is a machine. And just like any machine, it requires maintenance. Just like any machine, it requires fuel. And that's why we say that, your system requires fuel to power it. The machine you call yourself requires fuel. And that fuel comes from the food you eat. And we'll get to the part about intentionality regarding what we eat. Because what we eat goes a long way to affect the kind of fuel that our body takes in. Another pillar of natural intelligence systems is the fact that there are levels of organization in the body, in the mind, in the brain. And those levels of organization, for example, can start from the cell in your body, which is the smallest unit of life. And that unit of life, everything takes place in it. Even digestion, even respiration takes place in the cell. So from the cellular level, you move to the tissue level. From the tissue level, you move to the organ level, you move to the system level. And all these levels are levels of organization that achieve what we call the synchrony of your system. So for example, at the level of your cell, the respiration that is taking place, the metabolism that is taking place to keep you alive. In fact, to help me to stand here to do the talking I'm doing takes place at the cellular level. A group of cells make up a tissue, group of tissue make up an organ. Your liver is an organ. And you know the tremendous things that the liver does. The liver detoxifies, the liver clears toxins, and does a number of other things. So when you look at it, at those levels of organization, from simplicity to complexity, there is harmony. Then another aspect is the fact that the cell is a battery. And that battery, just like a system, a whole house, an organization, a building is powered by maybe solar power, with solar battery. The cells in your body act as a battery, and each of the battery has a voltage. So taking us to the next level of natural intelligence system, the fact that the cell is a battery means that it has energy, electrical energy and chemical energy. And it is those electrical and chemical energy that helps us to move our muscles, that helps us to regenerate our cells when we injure ourselves, to heal every part of the body that is injured. Another pillar of natural intelligence systems is constant communication going on to process everything that happens in our body in a timely and efficient manner. When it's time to sleep, your body signals you. When you are hungry, your body signals you. When you are losing focus, your body signals you. So there is the signaling, which is the communication, as a key part of natural intelligence system. So if we pay attention to the communication that is happening in our body, if we pay attention to the communication happening across our mind and our brain, we will be able to optimize it efficiently. Balancing is the rule of the game, as I have said about water. But about sugar levels, for example, when you take too much carbohydrate and your body is stuffed with too much sugar, what happens? Insulin is released into the blood. And what happens? Insulin helps more sugar to be absorbed into the cell for use. So that's another way for balance to be created. Then everything is energy. That's another pillar of natural intelligence system. Everything happening around is happening at a vibrational frequency. From your cell to your system, there is vibration. And if we can raise our vibrational level to the level of optimal performance, we'll find ourselves in sync. And that's what happens when you find yourself sometimes losing steam, when you find yourself sometimes losing energy. What happens is that, the battery of the cell is dwindling. What happens is that your frequency level is out of tune with your energy system, your natural system. But when you are able to optimize again to the frequency of your natural system, you become more vibrant, you become more alive. And that's what happens when you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning and you feel alive. You feel more creative because you are back to a level of equilibrium. The frequency of your system has returned to normal. That's another pillar of natural intelligence system. So another pillar of natural intelligence system is that everything happens in rhythms, in cycles, and in phases. When you go to sleep, you don't know what happens, but you go from stage 1 to stage 4 of your sleep, from light sleep to deep sleep to REM sleep. And as that is happening, your vibrating. Your brain is vibrating, your body is vibrating at different levels, from your beta level when you are awake, to alpha level when you are half asleep, to delta level, to theta level. So you can see those are phases. And at every of those phases, something happens to turn in or turn off some fundamental processes in your body. Another thing that happens during the day, in cycles and in rhythms, very early in the morning when you wake up, the level of your melatonin. Melatonin is that hormone that, pushes us to sleep. At this time of the day, for example, as I'm talking, we are almost midnight. So our melatonin level is really high. And what that means is that, almost every one of us is almost knocking to sleep. This phase, this stage, this time of the day is so because darkness increases the production of melatonin. Then as you sleep and you wake up, melatonin level reduces. So that's what we are talking about when we talk about rhythms, cycles, and phases. So in the morning, as you wake up, your cortisol level starts to increase again. And that's what makes you agile. That's what makes you active again. So your cortisol level increases during the day. And it is because of cortisol that you are active and you are vibrant through the day, because it helps you to maintain a high energy level. And then towards evening again, melatonin sets in and cortisol reduces. So those are the highs and lows, the cycles, the phases, and the rhythms. So these are the fundamentals, the pillars of natural intelligence system. So if you understand that, first and foremost, everything is connected. Secondly, that there is balance, and that balance is what the body, the system tries to achieve. When you are off balance, there is disease, there is dysfunction. Then I talk about interconnectedness. Everything is connected to the other. When something happens in one part of the body, it affects every other part of the body. Then there is phases, rhythms, and cycles of occurrences in the body. Then also, the body is made up of cells, and those cells operate as a battery, and the battery requires energy to power it. With all this, we form the foundation of natural intelligence systems, and that takes us to the next level of human systems hacking. Because if we don't understand these pillars, it will be difficult to appreciate how understanding all these basic things happening in our body, how it affects the systems we want to hack, how it affects our biohacking, our psychohacking, our neurohacking.